Hello class, this is Professor Tweed working on this exploded axon, and now that we've got all the pieces in here, there's still some things we want to do in Photoshop to make this look nice. The first thing I'm going to do is balance my page. So I'm going to start with my roof plan, and I'm going to just bring that by holding shift to make sure it lines perfectly up and down. I'm going to bring that near the top because I know I can sort of spread this out. And then I'm just going to right click over my second floor plan, which happens to be layer 6, and sort of spread that out that way. If I want to do small movements, I just hit up on my arrow. Then I'm going to select my first floor. Oops, I got 2 floors selected there. And select my first floor there. I'm going to move that up just a little bit, sort of evenly space these things. Now in this case, it looks like the full sort of spacing is working pretty well. You don't necessarily have to take up the whole page. If they're too far apart, they're too far apart. But you do want some space to give these breathing room to be able to understand the plan. So I think this looks pretty good on that. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to add, I'm just going to go through and I want to fill in all my cut lines with a big, black bold line like I did in the section perspective to really make this read as a cut. Again, I sort of simplified this for the video. I have low quality images. I never rendered mine, but hopefully you render yours. But nonetheless, I'll show you how to do that. Pretty simple. I'm going to go up to my top layer, make a new layer, and then of course I'm going to set my color to black over here. And there's various ways you can do this, but one way is to sort of select the paintbrush, sort of zoom in, and get a paintbrush size that begins to work for you. It's about the thickness of the wall. The great thing about Photoshop is you can, you don't have to be necessarily super accurate. So if I click on one corner and then hold Shift and click a second time, it automatically makes a straight line. So I can sort of hold the Shift button down and sort of click on each corner, and we can see it starts to fill in a black line for my section cut. Now this is going to take a few minutes to go around to all the levels, and I don't expect you guys to watch me in its entirety, but I do want to also get interior walls like this. So the exterior walls might be thicker. I might need to take my paintbrush size down to do interior walls. But it's the same process. I'm going to click there and click again. Click here, hold Shift, and click again to do interior walls to really get a bold cut. Now, I'm going to do this all the way around here. I probably fill in the entirety of my chimney just to make it look like it's solid foundation there. And I'm going to pause the video and finish this. I'll start the video up when I've sort of finished that step. Alright, so I've gone ahead and filled in a nice dark cut line for all of these to really make the plan read pretty well. Don't forget to leave holes for the windows, but yet get the frames where you're cutting through the frames and things like that. So pretty simple to do, just pretty much painted all that in. And the last thing we'll want to do is draw sort of connecting lines, and I think I'll do that in another video just to show you an interesting trick. And of course the other thing you might do as well, or you should do as well, is add labels to this basement, first, second, so on and so forth. So one more video and we'll be done with this exploded axon.